Today, he managed to summon his very best. That's the nature of courage. Not being unafraid, but confronting fear and danger and performing in a selfless fashion. He showed his guts, he showed his training, how he would put it all on the line for his teammates. That's an American we can all be grateful for. That's why we honor Captain Florent Groberg.
That was President Obama recognizing the nation's most recent Medal of Honor recipient, retired U.S. Army Captain Florent Groberg. Captain Groberg is credited with saving his fellow soldiers' lives after tackling a suicide bomber while serving in Afghanistan in 2012. And Captain Groberg joins us now. Thank you so much for being with us. It's a great honor to have you here. You know, I'm always struck by these ceremonies and how solemn they are, but how solemn the recipient is. You have to be sitting there, obviously, with mixed feelings as the President of the United States is hanging a medal around your neck when you think of all the other men and women that you served with.
It's one of those things. You're front and center, and you're being recognized for the worst day of your life, as he mentioned in his speech. And you have all the Gold Star families right in front of you. Your teammates, to your left, and just you overcame with, with emotions, and you don't know how to really react.
What was your feeling there yesterday? What were you feeling? Obviously, in the shadow of some terror attacks on Friday, and what we've been following in the news over the past several weeks.
The world we live in. I mean, this is one of the biggest reasons why I joined was 9/11. So, I was just honored to be given an opportunity to wear the colors and wear the uniform and go out there and do my part. And the actions in Paris, the terrorist attack in Paris, just remind you that why it's so important to have our guys and girls serving our country and in the armed forces.
Mike.
Captain, you wear the Medal of Honor, our nation's highest award. You also wear something else. You have a bracelet, I noticed. Tell me about that.
It's, brotherhood. And it shows you that, sorry, I'm trying to get it out of here, stuck with the uniform. This is something that I wear every single day. I received by my platoon sergeant first class Brink, and he gave it to me when Sergeant Mahoney received the Silver Star, and it represents 3 of our guys that we lost on August 8, 2012, Command Sergeant Major Griffin, Major Gray, and Major Kennedy. It's a reminder of every day that I don't live my life just for myself anymore, that I have a responsibility, that I have to be better, and that I have to honor them and their families, because I was given a second chance. And if I could go back, and if I could do more, if I could trade the medal, if I could change places with them, I would do it. And it's just a constant reminder.
Captain Groberg, we live in a time where trust has collapsed in nearly every institution in the country, with the exception of the U.S. military. What is it about the U.S. military from a core values perspective, as you wear the nation's highest award for valor? What is it that you'd like to say to the American people about the institution of the United States military at a core value level, why it's so respected against all these other institutions that have lost respect and esteem?
Well, it's we all do the same thing, right? To get into the military, we all raise our right hand, recite the oath, and we all dedicate our lives to the mission. Whatever the mission is, we are all wearing the exact same uniform every single day. We're unified. We're brothers. We're brothers and sisters, and we'll do everything just to make sure that we all get to come home. So it's just that brotherhood aspect of it behind it, and you have all these values that you mentioned, these core values that allow us to do this. Integrity, selfless service, courage, and it's one of those things. To me, it is the greatest organization, because in the end, what I did and what my guys to my right and to my left did permitted me either to come home or not come home. I'm responsible for their lives, they're responsible for my life, and I trust them, with their lives, and they trust me, in my life and their lives. So it's just one of those things where not being 100%, being complacent might, you know, we might not come home, and so it's unacceptable. And so you have to be the best every single day.
Can you talk about the moment that you had to make the decision to tackle the suicide bomber? We've spoken with other Medal of Honor recipients before, and they talk about how it was almost on instinct. You had a split second to decide whether to try to tackle the suicide bomber or not. Can you talk about the process of making that decision? And was it like other Medal of Honor winners, just something you didn't think about, something that you had been trained to do, and something you acted on instinct?
You just answered it. It's exactly that. There's a threat, and you got to get rid of the threat. So you just react. You trust that your training is going to allow you to do the right thing. And so in my case, that you mentioned, it just happened so quick. You're talking about the entire incident in 30 seconds. And in this case, specifically with the suicide bomber, 8 seconds. From the moment that I make eye contact with him to the moment, you know, he detonates. So it happens really fast. So you have to really trust in yourself that you're going to do the right thing at the right time, and you just react, and you trust that the training is going to show up, and it did in this case.
All right. Captain, it's an honor to have you here. Thank you so much for being with us.